Happy Sunday to you. I'm excited to see a number of new faces in church this morning. And I want to take the time to say a very warm welcome to everyone in church this morning, particularly those who may be worshiping with us for the very first time. You are most welcome to where you belong. You are most welcome back home to where you really need to be. So, welcome to church. The readings this Sunday provide us with so many routes to be taken to explore the messages we have today. Traditionally, I could choose to talk about ecclesiology with the often traditional presentation of the Catholic Church on the statement of Jesus, "You are Peter, you are the rock, and upon this rock I will build my church." I could take that route, ecclesiology, or to talk about the primacy of Peter's position amongst the apostles, or speak about the Petrine office, or speak about apostolic succession. These are all possibilities. But I want to take a different route this morning and do something a little bit different. And what is it? In the gospel today, we have one of the very decisive questions Jesus ever posed in the gospels. Very decisive. Who do people say I am? That question is very decisive. It is very deep, and it requires every attention we can give to it. Not only that, there is also a further aspect of this question that requires our attention today. And what is it? The place where this question was presented to the disciples. The place, the where, Caesarea Philippi. For me, this town is a town of particular concern, a town of particular interest. Why? I'll just give two reasons. One, Caesarea Philippi is known as a town where you have a conglomeration of so many temples at the time dedicated to the pagan gods. Temples, so many of them. In fact, it is on record that within the town of Caesarea Philippi, you have about over 14 different temples dedicated to various gods. And another reason for Caesarea Philippi being of particular interest is that here, Herod the Great built a very huge temple dedicated to the Godhead of Caesar. So that from whatever angle or from whichever angle you are coming into the town of Caesarea Philippi, you will see this great temple adorned with marble. It was very imposing that you can't mistake it for whatever reason. And in fact, this great temple dedicated to the Godhead of Caesar was renovated and reconstructed by the son of Herod, Philip. And he changed the name of the town from Panius to Caesarea Philippi. That is, of Caesar and of Philip. That's why we have the name of the town, Caesarea Philippi. And here, therefore, you find a concentration of the world's religion, so to speak. Every sense of religiosity was centered in this town. Now, keep these two reasons. There are others. Keep these two reasons in mind. And then think about this wanderer, this common son of a carpenter with 12 ordinary men as followers or disciples. Keep these two pictures in mind and then see how the place of the question makes a very significant contribution in the discussion in the gospel of today. Why did Jesus raise this question here in Caesarea Philippi? It is very important we understand that. And in fact, my submission is this. There is nowhere in the gospel, or this is one of the areas in the gospel where Jesus establishes in clear terms his divinity as the Son of God. I don't know if I'm communicating with some people here. In all the Gospels, this is one of the 8 places that stand out so well, where Jesus intends to establish his divinity as the Son of God. So, when he posed the question, he was more like saying to the disciples, now with all the temples of these gods around here, with everything imposing upon your minds, with this great temple dedicated to Caesar, renovated by Philip, the son of Herod, with these imposing impressions, what are people able to say about me? Do I stand as a relevant impression in the minds of people? Or will these impressions becloud the reasoning of the people that they are unable to identify who I am? And then people started giving the response. Some say you're Elijah. Some say you're one of the great prophets. And then Jesus makes a shift from popular opinion to personal opinion. Now you, my very close friends, my very close associates, who do you say I am? And then Peter spoke up. Yes, in the face of these temples of these gods around here, in the face of this imposing temple built to the Godhead of Caesar, I know, I am convinced, I make the statement or the confession of faith that you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Cure ED. No doubts. No confusion, a statement of faith that has remained part of what we cherish in Christianity to date. You are the Christ, the Son of the living God. We are not bothered about these temples of so many gods. We are not bothered about this imposing temple built to the Godhead of Caesar. We are concerned about who you are, the Son of the living God. And because of that confession of faith, Jesus went a step further to say, it is not flesh and blood that revealed this to you, but my Father in heaven. So it is clear, Jesus wanted to establish that divinity of his person there and then in Caesarea Philippi. And, of course, made the confession or the statement upon Peter, you are the rock, and upon this I will build my church. This encounter, my dear brothers and sisters, between Jesus and the disciples invites us to what I call the discovery of Jesus must be on a personal note. Not what people have said about him, not what people have read about him, not what people have heard about him, but about personal convictions about who Jesus is. This is what changes the conversation. And if you read the Gospel of John, chapter 18, when Pilate was asking Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Remember the response of Jesus to Pilate. "Are you saying this of your own accord? Or have people said this to you about me?" That response of Jesus is of a particular concern. So that it is not so much about what people have said, it is about what you say about the divinity or identity of Jesus. And that is what I want to put before each one of us in church today. It is possible that an individual in church may know the best of responses or answers about Jesus. It is possible that someone in church, priest, layperson, deacon, pope, bishop, may have the best knowledge about Jesus. It is possible that someone may be the best theologian on matters concerning Jesus and the life of the church, yet the person has no personal encounter with Jesus himself. So that Christianity is not about knowing who Jesus is. It is about knowing Jesus. Today, therefore, Jesus puts the question before you and before me. Who do you say I am? The response to this question, in all sincerity, my dear brothers and sisters, changes so many things in our journey of faith. Who do you say Jesus is? And God bless you.